it's Bolanle here. I'm just going to be talking to you today about signs that you're drifting apart in your marriage. There are many signs which could tell you that you're drifting apart in your marriage, but today I'll be talking about four major signs. Four major signs that you're drifting apart in your marriage. Number one, you no longer enjoy spending time with your spouse. This one is a major sign that you're drifting apart in that marriage. You'd rather spend time with other people outside. You'd spend time with your friends. You'd even spend more hours at work than spending that quality time with your spouse. So if you're not looking forward to spending time with your spouse, then hey, that's a red sign. You need to look out for this and begin to do something quickly about it. If you're not looking forward to spending time with your spouse, the very mention of their name no longer does anything for you. You don't look forward to them coming back home. In fact, you'd rather have them away from you. Then there is something wrong and it's time to do some work. Number two, the very mention of your spouse's name no longer excites you. You know, there's something about your loved one coming through the doors and your ears begin to tickle and your heart begins to race even faster. Why? Because your husband or your wife has walked through the door. It does something to you. If you're no longer in that place where you're not excited anymore about your spouse, you don't find them attractive anymore, then there is something wrong. Number three, your marriage is sexless. When was the last time you had sex? It's been 6 weeks, now it's 8 weeks, now it's 5 months. There is fire on the mountain. You gotta run and begin to do some work, because a sexless marriage will not survive. It's either you're getting it outside and that's the reason why you're satisfied with not having sex with your spouse, or there's something wrong apart from people who of course have health issues or maybe underlying conditions that cause them not to be able to, be sexually active with their spouse. So if you're in that place where you no longer enjoy having sex with your husband or your wife, there is fire on the mountain. You got to address it, okay? Don't sweep it under the carpet. Don't pretend as if it's okay. No, it's not okay that your marriage is sexless. It's going to make you, really get apart from each other. It would really drive you apart, and before you know it, that marriage will break. A sexless marriage is one that is heading for destruction. And number four, you no longer want to do anything together with your spouse. Your visions are apart, your dreams are apart, aspirations are apart. In fact, you don't carry them along. I always say to people, my husband and myself, we're not always together because sometimes our visions take us away. But the truth is, there's nothing I do that I don't carry my husband along to tell him this is where I'll be at this time. This is what I'll be doing at this time. And there's nothing he does or wherever he's going that he doesn't tell me, from this time to 3 p.m. I will be here. In 1 hour we will be doing this. I may not be physically there, but I am involved. I'm in the background somewhere. I've made it happen somehow. He's made it happen somehow. So when your dreams and your aspirations and your visions are no longer together, in fact, they don't get involved. You just leave it to yourself. You just leave him also to himself to work out his dreams and his vision, and you don't find where you fit in that vision. You don't find where you fit in that person's life, that your spouse's life. Then of course you are drifting apart. The whole idea of a strong marriage is one where two people begin to merge in every way. You must seek to merge in every way. So whenever you're not seeking to merge, whenever you're not seeking to be knitted together, and you're fond of doing things, apart from each other, you actually enjoy spending time with other people than your spouse, then you are drifting apart. So 4 things to look out for. Your marriage is sexless. You no longer find your spouse attractive. You no longer share your dreams, your ideas, and your vision. And you no longer, enjoy spending time with your spouse. Then you are drifting apart. 4 things. So if this is happening in your home, it's time to begin to work. And you must pray. Remember we always say, you must pray. There's a third person in your marriage. We're talking about Christian homes. There's a third person in that marriage, and that person is God. So you must learn to invite him into every situation. And the more you pray and the more you do things together, the closer you become. And that's what you want for a lasting and a wonderful marriage. Please stay knitted no matter what it will cost you, and make sure that you're building together.